I want to see Dr. Finn immediately. That's not a request.
Dr. Mayers is perfectly capable of following Dr. Finn's regimen.
That incompetent buffoon diagnosed me with cancer that I didn't have.
Tracy, stop.
I want Finn. He is the only person here that has his head screwed on straight.
Roxy, what did I just say about respecting the practice? When will I answer? When enlightenment sets in? Or boredom? Whichever comes first.
Hey, Dr. Finn, this is Dylan, quartermaid. My mother needs to see you, and she says that it's urgent. We were hoping that you could come to the hospital tonight. Please, thank you.
No answer.
No, I left a voicemail. Hopefully he will come tonight at some point.
Until Dr. Finn is fully vetted, I cannot expose the hospital to liability for allowing him to practice here.
It's Finn, or you risk a certain board member walking out of her own hospital.
You're making this very difficult.
Well, perhaps being chief of staff doesn't really suit you, Dr. Obrecht.
Don't get any ideas, Quartermain. This is still my hospital. My first priority is our patients.
Fine. Then get this patient what she wants. Get me my doctor.
Yes. Watch where you're going.
What happened? What's wrong?
Obrecht is trying to foist me off on Dr. Mays.
And?
And you're my doctor. I want you to treat me.
So there's no emergency, no change in condition. Your message seemed to imply the patient was in trouble.
And you came right over? Wow, a doctor that responds to his patient's needs. I knew I liked this doctor.
I'm sorry about the summons, but we're all a little wary of Dr. Mays.
I would be too if I were you.
Thank you. Finally, a rational response.
Well, since I'm here, how are you feeling? Any issues with the meds?
Not yet. Whatever you prescribed seems to be working.
It's good. We'll reconvene when the medication has run its course. By that time, the status of my work conditions here should be resolved.
And again, I apologize for Dr. Obrecht's lack of speed in getting your credentials accepted.
Yeah, well, let's just forget about Dr. Obrecht. By the time she finishes dithering with the paperwork, I'll be cured and released.
Where did you get that idea?
From you.
I never told you this treatment would cure you. This treatment has been known to work in many cases, but not all.
And the rest?
The rest don't make it.
My condition could be fatal. Why didn't you tell me that from day one?
I apologize if I misled you in any way. That's not how I want to be practicing medicine.
No, you just like to save the truth for the final act.
Mom, you're not gonna die, right?
You should know, for those afflicted in less developed countries, this can be a death sentence.
But here in the United States, we're much better equipped to treat the condition.
Correct. If it's caught early enough.
And in my case?
We're cutting it close. The bug is matured, therefore it's much harder to kill.
I wasted so much time with Mays.
Know that in a weaker patient, medication wouldn't be an option. We'd be talking about surgery, and that's always dicey, but I don't think that's the issue here. My patient strikes me as anything but weak.
Anything but.
Yes, to refer to Tracy as formidable would be an
I
understatement.
assumed so. I just thought I needed to apprise you of the worst-case scenario. I'd be remiss not to do so.
I appreciate your honesty. It makes you more impressive.
Don't you think you should maybe thank Aunt Monica for calling Dr. Finn in the first place?
I already did.
Try to rest. The medication is working. But your body is still vulnerable to symptoms until the regimen is completed. Understood?
I will do as the doctor orders.
Thank you.
I'll walk you out, Dr.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's time for me to get revenge. And do not think that I'm gonna go easy on you just because of this life-threatening condition.
Well, I have to apologize for my sister-in-law's lack of tact.
Come to Port Charles to treat Tracy. This is treating Tracy.
Yeah, I guess.
That's just what I wanted to discuss with you, Dr. Finn, if you'll come with me.
And if I won't? I'm kidding. Gotta lighten up, lady.
HR has yet to complete the vetting process. Until they do, I must ask that you remove yourself as Mrs. Quartermain's primary physician. My staff is more than capable of handling her case, now that we have the full diagnosis.
Let me make this easy for you. Mrs. Quartermain wants me as her doctor, so her doctor I shall be.
And if I don't agree?
The state licensing board will learn about how Dr. Mays recklessly cut open a patient's head. And I'll be more than happy to testify about the willful disregard for patient care when this hospital's accreditation comes up for review.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me. So,
Wouldn't see an entire hospital shut down because of one mistake with one
one
patient.
mistake could have left Tracy brain damaged. Mays cracked open her skull for a needless biopsy when the truth of her condition was right there in the MRI for anyone to see. Dr. Monroe saw it, and Mays shouted
Dr.
him
Finn,
down.
watch your tone.
If you and your roaming pack of idiots failed Tracy Quartermain, how many more patients in this hospital have you failed to doctor?
It was an isolated incident, Dr. Finn. I can assure you this facility is not in the practice of making mistakes.
Now back to my hotel room. When I return in the morning to check on my patients, I expect the full cooperation of you and your staff.